3,000 DNA mistakes happen in your cells daily, and this is happening in your body right now. You have 100 to 200 mitochondria per cell, and they're causing chaos. Meet the mitochondria, a tiny power plant that does something incredible. Your mitochondria produce 2.4 million ATP molecules per second, that's like generating 100 watts of power. For instance, the human brain alone contains over 100 billion neurons, each with thousands of mitochondria, working tirelessly to keep your thoughts and movements going. Your stomach acid is strong enough to dissolve a nail, but mitochondria are the real heroes. They're the reason you can move, think, and function. Interestingly, did you know that mitochondria have their own DNA, separate from the cell's DNA, a remnant from their ancient origins as independent bacteria? This unique feature allows them to replicate and function independently, making them a fascinating area of study. You might be surprised to learn that the longest recorded human lifespan, held by Jean Calment, who lived to be 122 years old, has been linked to the health and efficiency of her mitochondria. It's mind-boggling to think about the sheer scale and importance of these tiny powerhouses. Here's what nobody tells you about mitochondria. They're like tiny factories, and a great example is the mitochondria in the muscles of elite athletes, like Olympic sprinter Usain Bolt. His mitochondria are incredibly efficient, converting food into energy at an astonishing rate, allowing him to run 100 meters in under 10 seconds. Converting food into energy is a complex process, and they use a conveyor belt system, passing energy from one molecule to the next. It's like a game of molecular hot potato. You're the energy producer, and your mitochondria are the power plants, working tirelessly behind the scenes. Surprisingly, mitochondria have their own DNA, separate from the DNA in your cells, which is a leftover from their ancient origins as independent bacteria. They're essential for life, and without them, you'd be unable to move, think, or even breathe. In fact, the number of mitochondria in your cells can vary greatly, with some cells having thousands of them, like the cells in your liver, which is why it's so good at detoxifying your body. You rely on your mitochondria to keep you going, every minute of every day. In 1953, two scientists made a bet that changed everything, and their discovery of mitochondrial DNA sent shockwaves through the scientific community. It's a tiny circular genome, containing just 37 genes, but these genes pack a big punch, coding for energy production. Without them, you'd be lifeless, unable to power even the simplest functions of your body. The most important gene is the COX-1 gene, which codes for a crucial enzyme that helps generate energy. You have 100 to 200 copies of this gene per cell, and it's astonishing to think that this tiny gene is responsible for keeping you alive. For example, a study on the mitochondria of Olympic athlete Chris Hoy found that his muscle cells had a staggering 240 copies of the COX-1 gene per cell, giving him a significant energy advantage. Surprisingly, mitochondrial DNA is also passed down almost exclusively from mother to child, with only a handful of documented cases of paternal transmission. This unique inheritance pattern has led scientists to use mitochondrial DNA to track human migration patterns and even solve murder cases, making it a fascinating area of study that continues to yield new discoveries. You're probably aware that mitochondria play a crucial role in energy production, but what you might not know is that they're also highly susceptible to damage from environmental stressors. Take the example of the residents of New Delhi, who are exposed to some of the worst air pollution in the world, with PM 2.5 levels often exceeding 300 micrograms per cubic meter. This can lead to a significant increase in mitochondrial DNA mutations, which in turn can cause energy production errors. It's a vicious cycle. You're exposed to 10,000 DNA-damaging events per day, and it's your mitochondria that are on the front line of defense. But here's the surprising part: did you know that mitochondria can actually become so damaged that they start producing reactive oxygen species, which can then go on to damage other parts of the cell? It's a process called mitochondrial dysfunction, and it's been linked to a range of diseases, including Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. The good news is that there are steps you can take to support your mitochondria, such as eating a diet rich in antioxidants and exercising regularly. By taking care of your mitochondria, you can reduce your risk of disease and stay healthy for years to come. You're eating food right now that's affecting your mitochondria, the tiny powerhouses inside your cells. Some foods boost energy production, while others harm it. Think of it like filling up your car: you're consuming 2.5 kilograms of food per day. That's a lot of fuel. Your mitochondria are the engine, and the food you eat is the gasoline. Choose the right fuel, and you'll be humming along. For example, a study on the Mediterranean diet found that eating foods rich in antioxidants, like blueberries and spinach, can increase mitochondrial function by up to 50%. That's significant. On the other hand, consuming high amounts of processed meats, like hot dogs, can decrease mitochondrial function. You have 3,000 chances per day to get it right, and it's surprising to note that your gut microbiome produces more serotonin than your brain. This highlights the intricate connection between your diet, mitochondria, and overall well-being. So, every time you sit down to eat, remember you're not just feeding your stomach, you're fueling your cells. Make the right choice, and you'll be energized and ready to take on the day. Choose wisely, and you'll be rewarded with optimal health. You've been told that antioxidants are the answer, but that's a myth. Antioxidants can actually harm your mitochondria, interfering with energy production. The truth is, your body needs a balance of antioxidants and oxidants. It's like a delicate dance, where one step out of sync can throw everything off. Take the example of vitamin E, a popular antioxidant supplement. A study found that high doses of vitamin E can increase the risk of prostate cancer by 17%. You need both sides to function, like a seesaw. The real answer is exercise, which boosts mitochondrial function. You need to move your body 30 minutes per day, whether it's a brisk walk or an intense workout. Exercise stimulates the production of new mitochondria, increasing energy production and reducing oxidative stress. Surprisingly, research has shown that even short periods of high-intensity exercise can increase mitochondrial function in just a few weeks. For instance, a study on HIIT, or high-intensity interval training, found that just 15 minutes of exercise per day can improve mitochondrial function in sedentary adults. So, ditch the antioxidant supplements and get moving, your mitochondria will thank you. In 1928, a forgotten experiment changed our understanding of mitochondria, revealing their ability to adapt and change function based on your lifestyle. It's like they have a memory, remembering what you did yesterday and adjusting accordingly. This means you have the power to change your mitochondrial function, reprogramming them with the right diet and exercise. You have 365 chances per year to get it right. Take the case of David Goggins, a former Navy SEAL who transformed his body through intense physical training, increasing his mitochondrial density and function. He went from being overweight to completing over 60 ultramarathons, a testament to the human body's ability to adapt. Surprisingly, research has shown that even short periods of exercise can increase mitochondrial function, with one study finding that just 10 minutes of high-intensity exercise can increase mitochondrial biogenesis. You can apply this to your own life, making small changes to your daily routine to have a significant impact on your mitochondrial health. By making conscious choices about your lifestyle, you can harness the power of your mitochondria and unlock your full potential. With each passing day, you have the opportunity to shape your mitochondrial function and improve your overall health. You'll repeat this to someone tomorrow. Mitochondrial DNA mutations influence aging and disease. Now, can you do something about it? What will you eat for breakfast tomorrow to boost your mitochondrial function? The answer might surprise you. For instance, a study on the Hadza people, an indigenous tribe in Tanzania, found that their high intake of fiber-rich foods like berries and nuts helps maintain healthy mitochondria. They consume around 100 to 150 grams of fiber daily, which is significantly higher than the average Western diet. You can start by incorporating foods like spinach, which contains a powerful antioxidant called coenzyme Q10, into your breakfast routine. Short and simple changes can add up. Interestingly, did you know that mitochondrial function is also linked to the health of your gut microbiome? Research has shown that an imbalance of gut bacteria can lead to mitochondrial dysfunction, and vice versa. So, what you eat tomorrow can have a ripple effect on your overall health. Consider adding some fermented foods like yogurt or kefir to your breakfast, which can help support the growth of beneficial gut bacteria.